Switch, you got Xbox. I'm guessing Dreamcast on the other side, but let's see. Oh, they got music here too? What? Oh, PlayStation right here. Xbox 360, you got Wii. Let's see. You got...
What's up, everybody? Who's ready for some game hunting? Folks, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I do want to say that I miss y'all so much. I haven't done a couple videos in the past few months because, you know, want to take a mental break and everything along the way. But I did do some small ones, we'll say, like some movie reviews, and then I did one for IGN to be a new host for their channel and whatnot. So check it out. Let IGN know, so hey, we know somebody who can be a great host and everything else along the way. But I digress, because this video is about something completely different, and this video is about adventure. Yes, adventure is the way for this video because your boy got the chance to travel to a different state. And I'll give you a little bit of backstory. My job, as me and another coworker, they say, hey, there's this conference going on in this state, and they want to know if we can come out there and we can come out there and shoot the conference and everything else on the way. And I'm thinking to myself, that'd be kind of cool. What state is it in? They say, Tennessee. I go, huh? Tennessee, that's where the conference is. So I was like, okay, cool. Now, are we going to fly or are we going to drive out there? They said, we're going to fly y'all out there. But in the back of my mind, I'm going, we have all this equipment and it might get lost if they ship it out. So why don't we just drive out there? And sure enough, they were like, yeah, that makes sense. You guys can drive out there. I was like,
I'm in danger.
Here's the thing, y'all. Tennessee, from where I live, is 10 and a half hours. And after 4 hours, I'll be done, okay? So I thought to myself, can I do this 10 and a half hour drive? And I like mustered it up and everything. And sure enough, I knew I can do this, but not in my car. So I went and I got a rental, and that was the beginning of the road trip.
All right, y'all, so I'm finally leaving my house. It's about, yeah, I don't want to tell you time, but I am so excited for this road trip. I finally got my rental, as you can see back here. I got the space and everything else on the way. So join me on this adventure, and we're gonna have so much fun along the way. But now, pray for me because it's gonna be a long drive, but we got this, so here we go.
Now, the day before the trip, I thought to myself, I'm going on this fun trip. What would it be like if I went to various thrift stores or Goodwills or even some video game stores, and what would they be like? And what if I brought along with me some video games to trade in and everything, like extras that I have? And what sort of games could I have for my collection? And I actually did that. So just hold on one quick second. I'll be right back. So I made this big old bin. I don't know if you can see it, but I have this bin. And inside this bin, we'll see if I can show you to you guys. In this bin has various games and everything's on the way. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it. Oh, you see various games, you see consoles and whatnot in there. And I thought to myself, what if I brought this along with me? And sure enough, I was able to fit it in here. But yeah, on this road trip, we're gonna have some fun, of course. All right, folks, so let me tell y'all this. If you ever drive to Tennessee from Texas, be prepared because I-40 is just super long and everything's on the way. Great time, I mean, driving anywhere in Texas is gonna be a long ass drive. But going on I-40, which is only two lanes, it's just madness because you got one lane full of 18-wheelers, the other lane you're just trying to swerve and everything's on the way. But nonetheless, it's a long drive, okay? And along the way, I managed to stop at a Goodwill in Benton, Arkansas. And you guys, I found some great stuff in there.
So folks, I am in Arkansas right now, but I didn't see no sign. However, I did manage to find myself at a Goodwill. So let's go in there and check out what they got. And hopefully they got something cool. But at the same time, I'm in Arkansas, so yippee. Good Lord, this is a big old store, I will say. That's not bad though. Jingle all the way? Hold up now. I'm gonna be broke. How much are these? Let me grab one. Let me see how much it is. $1.49? Bro, that's the steal. All right, let's go through here and grab what we can. All right, guys, so I got some not games, but I got VHS tapes like Dinosaurs, you guys. This was somewhat before my time, I think, or was it 90s? Anyways, Dinosaurs was a great show to watch and everything along the way. I'll put a little footage from there and everything along the way.
Honey, I'm home.
Along with that, I found Ninja Turtles 1, but not just that one. I also found Ninja Turtles 2 and freaking 3. So, of course, I'm grabbing all of them. And then I also found this Hanna-Barbera Festival of Fun. So, 6 hours of cartoon fun. That's kind of cool. And then last but not least, is this Popeye? What the? Yo, they got Popeye. But I got Buzz Lightyear, a Star Command. So, for $1.49 each, I gotta get one. I gotta get them all.
Yeah, I truly cannot believe that I found these VHS tapes. And I checked everyone for them. See if they had like rot on it and whatnot. So if you don't know, rot and VHS tapes are horrible to have. And I'll show you like a picture of what that looks like. But just finding these all for, I don't know if you say it, $1.49. That is definitely a steal and everything along the way. And this Goodwill, it was BYOB, bring your own bag, of course. And thankfully I had some bags in the vehicle. But yeah, you couldn't find no games, but finding some tapes, that was great. There was tons there. Truly in awe and so much more. But nonetheless, we kept going on with our trip to Tennessee. So I got into Tennessee at about 10 o'clock-ish, I want to say, because I was just traveling. I kept stopping everything. And mind you, it was raining the day I got in there. But nonetheless, I made it to the hotel, safe and sound. And your boy was really hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I was truly, truly hungry out there. And I'm walking downtown Nashville. And I found this place that was really good on this food. And if I was out there again, I definitely would hit it up as much.
You guys, I made it to Nashville safely, and I was hungry. Like, that whole drive made me like hella hungry. So I went over to this place. It's called Hattie B's, and I got me some food. So we're gonna go back to the hotel room and check out how great this food is, because I definitely am just falling in love with all this. Like, look at this. Like, seriously, look at all this, y'all. And then I asked them, I was like, is there any other food options? They're like, yeah, over here. Where is it? There's like a little food option over here, if you can see it. But I'm here like until Sunday, so I'm going to be munching on a lot of food along with finding whatever is cool out here in Nashville. But yeah, let's go to the hotel and try this out. All right, I finally got the ranch to open. So let's see. Don't judge me on this, okay? Oh my God. Oh, good. That's hella good. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. I need to buy some glasses and just throw them somewhere. But still, check it out, y'all.
So it's the first day of the conference, and the location we were going to, which was like 8 minutes from a hotel, it was at the, if I'm not mistaken, the Music City Center. And that place was just awe-inspiring to go. Even outside, it was just awe-inspiring. But we were prepared to get ready for whatever photos we're going to be taking out there and so much more. You guys, I was just everywhere shooting. like as many photos as I could, but at the same time, it was really fun.
Love that artwork.
I'm not gonna lie. After being on my feet for like 8 or 9 hours, I was definitely tired. But of course, you know, we stretched and everything. I mean, come on, I'm a superhero. And afterwards, I was like, I am ready to get back to the hotel and watch the Winter Olympics because I totally forgot that was going on while I was on this trip. And just see all that was happening. But mind you, I was like, remember, video games, Goodwills. And I was like, you right. And I went to a store that I always see many other YouTubers talk about whenever they're in Tennessee. And that store is McKay's. And I went to the one in Nashville, and oh my Lord, that store was just...
Oh my God!
Oh my damn. So y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking back here at the games, right? And then I turn around unexpectedly. There's more freaking games. Did not realize it. So I might have to check and see what game I want to grab from here. But because right now I have 2 games. I got the Wild Thornberries, and then I also have the Woody Woodpecker. Not sure which game I want, but still, that's kind of cool. So let's check out some games over here.
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I was like a kid in the candy store by all the nerd items and so much more in here. I'm just like, what do I buy? What can I buy? And so much more. And I think there's 4 stores. And there's 2 in Tennessee. There was 3, I think there were in Tennessee, and 2 in North Carolina. So I was like, still, if I'm traveling out here to Tennessee, I'm going to McKay's. And mind you, I did grab a couple things. Like for instance, I grabbed this Rugrats Search for Reptar, and I put a little bit of gameplay footage on here. But like it says, like Tommy once said, a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. But oh no, Tommy has lost his Reptar puzzle pieces. So you basically gonna join the rest of the Tommy and the rest of the Rugrats crew as they search for the missing pieces of the for everywhere in the Pickles backyard to outer space. So I can't wait to play this. I'm not gonna lie. And this was like, I think only like $5 and everything on the way. And then I also went and grabbed a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman figurine. This was about $5 as well too. And I'm gonna put it on the wall. It was actually on the wall already, but I'm putting it back on the wall. And they had these little small areas for like the Funko Pops and whatnot. So you saw the Funko's wall, and from there, I got this Carnage. This Carnage was, no, this is not Carnage. Oh my gosh. No, is it? Don't come at me. But I got this Spider-Man figurine for about $12, and then in the open area for Funko, I grabbed this Mysterio for only $3. So nonetheless, I was like, I'm so happy to be here. This is truly awesome and so much more. But now I gotta get back to the hotel and sleep because the next day it's gonna be crazy for real.
The next day.
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, but this day in particular was just a day that I truly did not expect for this to happen at a superintendent conference, but it actually did. And I'm gonna give you the story about this, and just wait. You're gonna be like, oh snap, that really happened? Yeah. So my coworker and I would go to our booth at the conference, in which we are doing headshots of all superintendents and so much more, so that way you can update your LinkedIn or anything along the way. And we're looking at the schedule, and on the schedule there is a talk about for superintendents who are African American and so much more. And my coworker, one of my coworker, he was like, I'll go to that. But my other coworker who came from Cali, he was like, no, I'll go to that. I looked at them both like, no, I will go to that, okay? Because that, you never know what can happen. And I went there. It was so much fun because the room was so packed. It was so crowded because of so many great superintendents in there talking about what school district they are at, who they represent, if they're like fraternity, sorority, and all so much more, and just having fun and jokes about it. And as I'm there, I see this dude with this big old afro, and I was like, that's a mad-ass afro, and I respect that too. Yo, the person this afro belonged to was freaking Colin Kaepernick. Yes, that Colin Kaepernick. So I'm like, I froze for a second, like, what the fuck? But I'm still taking photos. I'm like, I'm getting photos, everything along the way. And Colin was like the last person to talk because they were, everybody's introducing themselves. And afterwards, people wanted to get photos. And like, I think two superintendents like, hey, can I get a photo with you? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I was like, I got you guys. I can take photos, put my camera down, everything along the way. As soon as I got done doing the photos, I turned to my right and I see a freaking line of so many people wanted a photo with Colin Kaepernick that I was just like, well, I'm officially Colin Kaepernick's photographer for this day. Let's go! And I was for about 45 minutes to almost an hour and a half. So I'm like, I'm getting photo after photo. I'm like, boom, 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 getting different angles, and so much more. And everybody's just having fun with them. Some crying. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Some were like on the phones with their family members, say, hey, I met Colin, and so much more. Yada yada yada. And there's manager, and I guess his 2 managers. They were like, oh, hey, do you want us to take over? I'm like, no, I got this. No worries. So I'm still shooting everything so much more. Towards the end of it, they were like, oh, all right, guys, Collins has to go. We got to go and so much more. And I asked Collins, like, hey, can you take a photo with me if that's possible? He was like, bro, after what you just did for doing all those photos and everything, I would definitely do that. Y'all, I was so starstruck. I was like, oh my God. But the fact that I got the chance to get a photo with Colin Kaepernick and talk to him and thanking him for all he did, it's really cool. And I also got a video for him, for my dad, who is a 49ers fan. And I was like, hey, can you do this video for my dad? And he truly did it for me. He was a GOAT. Now, you're probably wondering, what's Colin Kaepernick doing at a superintendent conference? Well, hold on. You see, Colin has he has a company where he was talking about, oops, did I get situated? So he is the CEO and founder of a company called Lumi, which is a AI-driven storytelling platform. Basically, the company empowers creators and students to craft, publish, and talk about their stories via graphic novels, allowing them to have ownership and so much more. And I think he might have a commercial or something talking about it. At the same time, this has been already into certain schools and everything, so way, and it boosts, student literacy and engagement. So, students are afraid to tell their stories and so much more because people are going to like bash them and so much more. But with this, it actually helped them, expand their, their horizon so much more. And just the fact that Colin was there and I got the chance to be there was just truly awe-inspiring. Just telling that story was just very tiresome. Not too much though. But even though, I got to meet Colin Kaepernick and so much more, the rest of the day was still amazing and so much more. Going back to the booth, taking photos and so much more. And then towards the end of the day, my coworkers and I, we were like, we should treat ourselves. Let's go get some barbecue. And we went to a place which was literally 2 minutes from the Music City Center called Martin's Barbecue. I'm actually wearing a shirt, wearing a Martin's Barbecue shirt, and let's see if I can see. You guys can see the back. Hold on, I'll show you the back of it. I don't know if it's showing or not, but you guys can see. Oh no, there it is. So Martin's Barbecue. Barbecue's real good. I'm not gonna lie. However, I should have brought my own barbecue sauce because that barbecue sauce they had was very vinegary and so much more. But nonetheless, the day was just truly amazing in more ways than one. And there's still more to this trip, you guys, but I don't want to put it all into one video. So tune in for the next video coming out about this trip and so much more. Until then, I love all you guys. Peace out.